Hey, if you've lived in the valley for some time, you know downtown Phoenix has been undergoing a massive transformation over the last several years. The streets no longer roll up after the workday is done.
Yeah, just a few years ago, 11 cranes were part of Phoenix skyline. It was a sign that big changes were already coming. I mean, at one point, I believe as we bring in 12 News journalist Justin Pazera in here now. Justin, I think Phoenix had the most crane permits at one time of anywhere in the nation. Is that right? Or at least one of the top places?
Yeah, it was one of the top places in the country, even including Canada at one point. I mean, it was just impressive, the amount of cranes that were dotting the skyline here. And the city is hoping that even more cranes are going to go up, specifically where I'm standing here at 7th Avenue in Washington, because this is pretty much, it's empty. This is a gravel lot. It's been a gravel lot for years. There's a parking lot across the street. The Phoenix Police Department is also on one of the street corners here. So they really want this intersection to be developed because they believe that this is prime real estate. And they also want to see some of that development, a lot of what we see in Roosevelt Row along Central Avenue. They want some of that love, some of that development to come here to this intersection. So let's show you where I'm talking about. The southwest corner of 7th Avenue in Washington, that is a gravel lot right now. The northwest corner is a parking lot. And then you have the Phoenix Police Department. The department is actually going to be moving out and going into the former Wells Fargo Tower just a few blocks away from here. So eventually that building will be vacant. So the city has hired an economist to do a full study on the demographics of this area. And they're looking at things like what's missing as far as retail and restaurants. Right now, there isn't much in this area. They're also going to be looking at daytime population, how many people work in the area, traffic count along 7th Avenue in Washington to see how many people drive through this area. And then they're also going to be looking at how many people live in the trade radius of this intersection.
City standpoint, we see it as a mixed income housing opportunity on all three sites, but all three sites really ground floor activated with grocery, retail, restaurants, and other opportunities of the such to really start to connect that area of downtown and bring it the same opportunities you see at Central Avenue.
So the city says this study will help tell the story of why this intersection is really the prime spot for developers. The city is going to be sending out requests for proposals to see what developers envision for this intersection. They're not expecting those to be back until late 2025, early 2026. I also ask about the police department building. Once the police department does move out and get into their new home, what's going to happen to that building? The city said it really depends on developers at this point on what they envision to be on that corner. Also, ladies, tomorrow morning we're going to be talking about another big development downtown. That one is going to be finishing up in 2025 later this year, and they're promising that it is really going to be quite the sight once it's done. So we'll talk about that coming up tomorrow morning. Allison and Emma.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, Justin.